Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Preimesberger. I'm editor of eWEEK, and thanks for joining us today for our eWEEK eSPEAKS segment. And our interviewee today is Jed Yueh, a longtime friend of mine, who is the founder and CEO of Delphix, Delphix, in Redwood City, California. Welcome, Jed. How are you?
I'm doing well. Great to see you again, Chris.
Yeah, so Jed and I go way back when he was with EMC, and before that, Avamar. And he's done well for himself, and he's just taken over the CEO job again just recently. Is that right?
Yeah, just back in the seat a little bit over a quarter now.
Yeah. So, okay. So Delphix, could you give us just a high level of what business problem Delphix solves, or what IT problem Delphix solves, Jed?
We're a data platform that provides data for digital transformation. Companies have a lot of applications and they have to manage all their apps, both on-prem and in the cloud, and they need to transform their customer experience so their customers get better interactions. All of that is governed by data. You have to manage data across all of those activities. And so we're really a purpose-built platform for enabling digital transformations.
Yeah. And he originally started off live back in 2008, as I recall. I think eWEEK was one of the first companies, publications to write about you.
I think you were literally the first publication. You were the first interviewer.
We broke the news. I'm proud of that. Anyway, you were basically at the time focusing on Oracle databases and making those more usable and more user-friendly for developers, correct?
Yeah, we started with Oracle databases, and a lot of our first customers, they immediately dropped in their ERP implementations. So they would load up their SAP or Oracle e-Business Suite applications into Delphix. And one of the really interesting things that we learned is once they virtualize the database with our platform, which allows us to create a time machine of the data and then provision the data really quickly into their project environments, we saw really big results. We had some customers who were able to increase their total projects completed by 2 to 5x. And these are kind of the mission critical ERP programs that govern your order to cash or new products that need to be delivered in new markets. And so it had a really transformative effect for our customers.
Right. Delphix is credited with being, if not the originator, one of the originators of the DataOps kind of philosophy of data management. Could you describe that for us?
Yeah, absolutely. Software was really important in the world, and everything was moving too slowly between development and infrastructure, and that's where DevOps really came from. And now there's an even bigger problem around data. As you look at development and things like machine learning and artificial intelligence, you really need to manage a large range of data operations. And those data operations are complicated and they straddle different organizations. You have infrastructure teams and application teams and analytics teams that all need different things at different times. So data ops is really about being able to take these complex data operations and instrument them using APIs so that they can move at the speed you need in today's fast-paced world.
Right. So Delphix's platform works on-prem, in the cloud, in a hybrid cloud, anywhere, correct?
Absolutely. And I think today with the multi-cloud, customers just need to manage data across so many different sites and locations. Their private data centers, their private clouds, their public clouds, and our software manages data across all of them.
Right. So you're really a new gen data management platform, and it's really designed for complex development, correct? And are there any particular types of systems that Delphix is really optimal for, or what?
Yeah, over the last 10 years, we've expanded to support all the major systems for all of our customers. Down here in Southern California, it's really popular to build these multi-generational homes so you can have grandparents and parents and kids all living in one household. If you looked into the application infrastructure of today's big enterprises, many of them are multi-generational. They have everything from mainframes to apps on Oracle to data sitting in Kubernetes containers in AWS. And we've expanded to support all of those data cases. So all of that source data can be pulled into our platform, and then we can deliver that data very quickly for a very wide range of use cases and wrapped in these data operations that we provide.
Right. So it's a platform, a single platform that you can subscribe to get all these services, correct?
data across all your applications, on-prem and from legacy all the way to modern.
It's amazing. Not that many years ago, a lot of people could not imagine this, but you guys have made it reality. Could you give, Jed, could you give us a good idea of a use case that people can understand? You mentioned Cal State University.
Cal State University is a great example. They have many different campuses, and they were trying to transform the user experience or the student experience. And so they implemented Delphix. We were able to take the data from their hundreds of legacy apps and accelerate the transformation of all of those apps. So as they improve their applications, as they improve mobile apps and web apps and the back-end systems that allow universities to work, they were able to dramatically increase their release speed, the speed at which they can deliver new software that provides all these benefits. We also helped them migrate all of the data and applications into the cloud. And then they were very ambitious with their use of data. They really wanted to use the data to help their students. And so one of the things they've done is they've taken the data that's sitting in our platform, the Delphix platform, and they use that data to run a lot of their AI and machine learning models, to build these models, train and test these models. And one of the outcomes they've been able to achieve is to really increase matriculation rates, to increase the number of students who are graduating by looking at the predictive underlying factors in the data across all these systems.
Wow, that's great stuff. Are there any other clients that you can just mention, drop some names, or are you safe to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. We have lots of customers. Select Health is a great example of a customer that's been able to use our platform, and they pulled the data into Delphix from their production application. And because we can deliver the data virtually into any environment, they were able to reduce the time for provisioning data by almost 1,000x. So data speed really matters, and build to wrap APIs around data is what allows us to deliver data for CI/CD and all the modern new development.
Wow. Data and its creation is not going to slow down anytime soon. If you don't have a decent data management system managing all this stuff, I just don't know how you do business in the future. Jed, you were there early with deduplication with Avamore, and early with DevOps, and now this platform. Congratulations on this. You've been ahead of the curve all along. Good stuff.
Every company today is waking up to realize that they're a data company, and they really need a data platform that is built for today's world.
Yeah, and you guys are built on the cloud, and you've been out there leading it. Congratulations, Jed. Great work.
Thank you, Chris. Great speaking with you again.
Good to talk to you. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today on eWEEK eSpeaks. I want to thank Jed Yueh of Delphix for being our guest. Have a good rest of your eWEEK. Thanks for joining us on eWEEK eSpeaks. Go to eWEEK.com to hear more conversations with IT thought leaders.